Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Larry.
Welcome to Manopause,
A podcast dedicated to men over 50.
brought to you by Menopause.com. Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Larry, and this is our special guest, Bill Overton. This is part 2 of our interview with Bill. Bill is a media consultant, an actor, an activist, an athlete, a producer, and an all-around great guy, and he's going to talk about his book and his family and what Manopause means to him. So welcome, Bill.
Bless you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming again.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Let's rock.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
So, the pride of your life are your 4 daughters. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I have 4 girls. Let's see. Cheyenne is the oldest. I better not say their ages.
Yeah,
I get in trouble.
do that. Don't
Cheyenne is the oldest. Savannah is second. Then Copper, and then Zaire. You know, they're all gorgeous. They look like their moms, and I am so blessed. You know, so my oldest daughter, her initials are CMO for Chief Managing Officer.
Of the family?
So she would have it. Savannah is 6'2". Her initials are SRO for standing room only.
There you go.
Copper, I knew it was going to be a knockout, so I changed Copper to be spelled with a K as opposed to a C. And then Zaire is the baby. She's the one that graduated from the Superior University to UCLA. She's
Harvard?
UCLA. Excuse me. Cut. No. So she just graduated from USC a couple of years ago, and her initials are ZOO. So I knew she was either going to be a doctor and discover the cure for AIDS, because the origin of AIDS supposedly started in Zaire, or the Democratic Republic of the Congo, or she was going to be live in a damn zoo. So one or the other. So we're still trying to figure it out. But I am so blessed, and you know I'm blessed. So they all played. They're all athletic. You know, all really good people. Yeah. Really good people. I'm telling you.
And your wife?
Yes. Jayne. She's Jayne Kennedy Overton.
You'll know who she is.
The mother of 3 of my daughters, and Jayne is quite an icon in her own right. You know, and champion and trailblazer in the media. Specifically, her claim to fame, to serious fame, was she was the first African American and the second woman to be on the NFL Today CBS Sports. So everybody saw her on Sunday, and I can't tell you, if I had $1 for every guy that said, "Man, you know, I used to watch your wife." I mean, just they'd be drooling and shit. You know what I mean? So I said, yeah. I used to watch her too when I was a little boy on television. and pissed
okay, that's it. It's over. It's over for you, buddy.
And she better not see this.
Yeah, no, and then my first wife, I mean, who's Cheyenne's mom, is everybody. We got a great family. Kathleen Bradley. And so, if you ever see the movie Friday, you sure? Was Ice Cube?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's quite a classic film, certainly within the African American community. So if I'm speaking with youth, you know, trying to get their attention, you know, and I'll go, "You guys ever see the movie Friday?" They go, "Yeah." I say, "You remember what's her name? Her name in the damn film was Miss Parker. You remember Miss Parker?" They go, "Oh, yeah, oh hell yeah, we know Miss Parker," because she would be outside. You know, the little dude. I forgot. I apologize for that's very famous. He lived across the street, and he would come out of his house, and Miss Parker would be out in the yard watering the grass with hot pants on, Daisy, you know,
Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes, yeah. Right? And he'd go, "Hi, Miss Parker." So I would say, "Well, Miss Parker was my first wife," and the guys in the class would go, "Ooh, I got him right here in the palm of my hand." Yeah. So I've told that story in front of 30 guys or 300. So I owe Kathleen a licensing fee. I owe Jayne a licensing fee. I mean, both of them are my claim to fame, as well as my girls.
So what's your wife do now?
Anything I tell her.
There you go. No. Boy, she is not going to want to watch this one.
She does.
Have her go to Menopause.
Let me tell you, no joke. Yeah. I mean, my kids, when they see this, they go, Dad, did you say that? Because if I tell my wife to go left, she goes right. She absolutely does not do what I tell her. Matter of fact, I don't even tell her.
That's the secret to a good marriage.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah.
it.
So
Our
what,
wives do the same thing.
what does menopause mean to you right now in your life?
Well, Julie told me I have to suffer through an interview with you two. Let me see.
That's part of it.
After that,
Part of it.
let me see. How many times have you heard the saying, I wish I knew then what I know now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, listening to Dan, Petrie Jr., wow. How his dad, mentored him and his siblings, and I remember being raised in Boston, Massachusetts, being mentored by, and they never walked around saying, we know everything, you know nothing. They just took us to sporting events, they took us to church, they taught us how to do this, how to do that, and you watch and you learn. And one of the things that was part of the culture was, each one teach one. So I kind of, even as a kid, when I was 16 years old, I was a program director at the YMCA camp, teaching, trying to help young kids. And I was always, I can remember the name, George Zamora was a special needs kid. And his family really sought me out and gave me a big pat on the back and a little bit of change on the side for looking out for him, because I'd meet him at the bus every day. And the fact that I can remember George Zamora's name at camp, he was special to me.
Yeah.
And my relationship, my appreciation for him as a human being, I never forget that. So now, I'm very attuned to, special needs, children, et cetera, et cetera. That's a whole nother story there, there you go.
Do you feel that, and we've talked to several people about this, do you feel that you're a lot closer with your kids than you were with your parents?
Oh, you kid? No. Well, my mother just passed away, unfortunately, in this past June. So we're tight. Okay. My father, now he loved me dearly, loved my mom, but he was a former military person. He was in the Army, and when I found some of his records later on, after he passed, actually, he was a military cop. Not a cop, but he did some interesting stuff in security details and things of that sort. But he's a hard ass, and so I was determined, that I think that's why the Lord blessed me with 4 girls, or cursed me, depends how you look at it. Because I knew if I had boys, I was going to kick their ass like my dad kicked mine.
Yeah.
But I can't even raise my voice with my girls, And so, but I learned a lot about how much closer I wanted to be with my kids when I had them. If I could have had 8, I would have had 8. Now, my father, I never, what's the right words? I never felt that I wasn't loved. I never felt that my father worked 6 days a week. On the Sabbath, he would rest. One of the things he loved to do was like to watch professional boxing on television. If he was around now, he loved the mixed martial arts and MMA and all that other stuff. But he wasn't a warm, kind of person. Most of the time, he's very much a disciplinarian. And I was telling Dan, my father, he was a mechanic. He fixed trucks, trailer trucks, and all that kind of stuff. His father had a garage, and taught him everything he knew. I wanted to learn about cars. Get outside. Every time I wanted to learn about something, cars, get away, go outside, play sports. So I became a baseball player, football player,
you think
basketball
he wanted
player.
more for you than that?
Absolutely that.
Yeah.
So when he was so proud of of what I was able to do as an athlete, and a student athlete, but mostly as an athlete, because I didn't come home with A's and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think of my Papa Gino all the time, and my motivation as well as my mom.
Yeah.
Did he warm up to you emotionally after you had kids?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Isn't
man.
that when it changes? Because I had the same relationship with my dad. There was no relationship until I had children.
Great.
And then all of a sudden, we became friends.
Great
It was
point.
amazing.
Great point. And actually, even before I had children, because he really loved the young ladies that I got married to, because he didn't, I was... My father. Now, I didn't say that. My father, Papa Gino, was actually my stepdad. I didn't find my biological father until I was maybe 30. That's a whole nother story. So, but I would never call my Papa Gino my stepdad.
dad.
That's
He
my
was
father.
dad.
Right.
End of story.
Right.
You know, and so when I got married, I mean, he was tickled because that was his. Now he got a daughter. You know, and thank goodness, you know, the two women that I hoodwinked into getting married were really nice people.
Did you marry over your head?
That's a little personal.
Well, Larry did, for sure.
well, you know,
he
yeah.
married over his head. And so did I.
yeah. I mean, Jayne is absolutely smarter than me, and Kathy's funny is all get out and talented. You know, but they and they came from great families, great families, and I learned so much from them. I learned from Kathy when she was taking care of her mom when her mom got older, how to be a kid that's responsible for their parents. She got 4 brothers, but she was the one that really held down the fort with her mom. And I didn't have brothers and sisters. So and my mother, you know, like I said, she was exercising up until the time she was 90.
Wow.
Excuse me, let me take that back. She was exercising up until the time she was 94. She passed away when she was 94 and a half.
Wow.
But so
On the treadmill.
Actually, no, but she had my mother we bought an exercise machine called a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
I remember
I
that.
have the number 22. I mean, I got a special edition because I used to work for the owner of that company. And so Kathy and I bought her Slim Jim. She used that thing religiously. And I would go home every once in a while and she'd wear the damn hinges outside. I had to go to the next town. I swear the truth. I'd go to the next town and the welder in a town called Holbrook, when I walk in the door, she's still using that thing? Over 30 years. He replaced the hinges 3 times in 30 years.
Wow.
But you know, so there's a lot to be said about exercising and taking care of yourself. And so I try to abide by that as well.
Look at you.
Well, I'm holding my stomach in. Man.
I mean, you're 105, and look at you. Did I say that? I meant 55.
So, last question.
promise?
If we interview you in 5 years, what do you want to have accomplished between now and then?
Well, I got about 10 projects. I'd like to take my book, I'm trying to raise money to turn it into a massive interactive platform, a D-book as they call it. I'd like to establish the Image of a People Academy to use all the content, you know, so that people around the world can really understand how the media functions. That would be one. I've got a couple of TV shows that I'm trying to sell.
All right.
I've helped, as a consultant, I've helped find a little bit of money over here to help a producer over here that I've been mentoring, I'm a fan of. I know so many amazing writers who can't get arrested for different reasons. You know, they're too this, they're too that. So listen to and meeting Dan Petrie, understanding, you know, a little bit about Hollywood. And I've been around a long time. It's just that I don't know how to take no for an answer. You know, so I'm really trying to raise money so that I can help other people. One of my favorite quotes in my book, it says that the law of culture is to let everybody become all we're created capable of becoming. You know, so when I can find the source of funds and contacts or whatever, to say, you know what, if Bill calls me, I know it's a good project. That's what I want. And I don't want anything other than that.
But with your history, you're not going to stop. So I'm sure that 5 years from now, you're going to be doing all that.
And hopefully this won't ruin my career. You know,
we hope.
this would be awesome. You know what I mean?
It's over, buddy. It's over.
Hey, what
I get touchy-feely, huggy.
Again.
A lot of emotion here.
Thanks so much for coming.
Bill, it's been an
And,
absolute pleasure. You're a great guy.
Absolutely.
And again, here's the book. And the book is The Media Shaping the Image of a People by Bill Overton. Congratulations on
Thank you,
this.
man. I'm trying.
It's great.
I'm trying to make the world better.
And go to menopause.com and go to shop and buy it because everybody should have this on their coffee table. It's a great book. And thank you, Bill, for being with us and really appreciate
Thanks
meeting
again, Bill.
you.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
thanks
it.
a lot.
See you next time.
Appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for listening.
Hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to hear more podcasts or read great articles, get involved with the Manopause community for men over 50 on menopause.com.
And don't forget, live life, live young.